Hey. If Christian
can handle but everyone sounds like rebel.
Christian done with the world, be a stallion. Be a stallion.
Chris.
What the fuck is going on? I don't know. What the fuck is happening? Hey guys, I don't know what's going on. This is gonna be my stream. Hey guys, hello?
It's the entire time.
Hey, I'm streaming now.
Are you
So
kidding
don't worry.
Wait, it's not over?
Yeah, no, I'm streaming now.
I love Christmas. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. There's time of
Like that.
year. I think we're okay.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
we're gonna be okay.
I mean, shit. I'm putting it wrong.
He's streaming now also. I'm off the streaming at the moment.
You guys,
That's the only way you can have a quality stream is if I'm streaming it.
you guys think Jake Guinness was taking notes on how to run a good podcast?
Yeah.
Oh man. I think he's gonna invite us all on gaming cult.
Well, now he knows how.
Yeah, now I can have a good stream for once.
Yeah,
Am I right?
he is now gonna be. Just type numbers. Okay, cool. Thanks, Jackvid. Appreciate
So long as
you.
you're making a song.
Great stream.
Please fucking die, Jack.
Comedy master Jackvid.
Marcel Duns would not approve of this.
Okay,
Put slash kick
for no
and then
reason. As
Jackvid.
an undeserved ego.
and I can block him too, so he'll never talk to me ever again.
No, don't block him.
Maybe an alright idea.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like a terrible.
Is that Jackvid?
Yeah, it's Jackvid.
What's up, Emo?
What happened, man?
You guys?
Does Jackvid live in a trailer? He looks like a kid who builds
Jake,
forts
Jake
on
said
the
we
guys.
definitely should.
Yo guys, I think Emo
Looks
wanted
pretty jacked.
a serious conversation.
I want to say something.
Tell
Alright,
me.
say
Yeah.
it.
Guys,
Preach it, brother.
okay, look. We're doing this for fun, yes. And we're trying to have fun. But if all we do is fuck around, and by that I mean
Serious
not
talk
having
right now.
any actual talk and interrupting everyone while they're talking about that
Yeah,
and
that,
just making noises, then no one's gonna want to watch, and it won't be fun for any of us.
I'm imagining BravePotato's avatar as an actual like facial reaction to everything you say, and it's hilarious.
Yo.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
We've angered the podcast gods.
So seriously.
So, we should have like a call limit of like 6 people at least.
No, look, what we're gonna do is
It's really
we're
hard.
gonna have a call limit of 6 people. And it's gonna be 3 original people and 3
Don't
new people.
take back.
Why don't we just do like all the like right now is not that it's not like really hard to manage. Like why don't we just do
A few
everybody?
people aren't like saying anything at all, so.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Bruce
but-
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake's giving a lot of content. I like it.
Why don't we just have everybody who's not an asshole and then kick people as we go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so
Hey guys,
where
Sounds good.
do I rank
Yeah.
that?
So far,
We're starting at
I mean,
0. Starting now. 0 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's at 0 asshole.
Clean slate.
so,
Yeah,
you guys
everyone's
wanna-
got a bleached asshole at this point.
Good show.
Don't sully your asshole.
So
Do you guys
far,
wanna
the
talk-
0 asshole is Eugnot, Lucid, and Evan. and maybe other people, but otherwise, I heard a lot of clatter.
I'm sorry.
No clatter.
I tried to talk, but
Judge. Other
This
people.
is a clatter-free zone.
I tried to talk, but it's just there's so many people that it makes it almost impossible for me to get my
Okay,
word
and what
in.
did I just say as a solution that everyone just ignored?
We ignore
Make it
it.
3
We don't
and
know
3.
because
It's
we all ignored
tough.
it.
Who
Three and
kick
three.
then? Okay, fine. If you like the idea so much, you decide who we're gonna kick off for this stream.
Alright, it doesn't have to be a permanent kick, first of all,
I
so
know
we don't
that
have
not
to.
permanent, but for like this
We
stream,
do
you should not
like-
be allowed on.
Can we do like final retribution and have some like badass music and it's like we just invite people back instantly and then if they fuck up they're gone forever?
It
No,
should be the
because
Bachelor
that's-
where we give them a rose.
No, we can't do that. I'm
Is there a
being
way
serious
to
right
like
now.
mute people on your end?
We can't do that because I don't want to make it seem at all like we think we're entitled to absolutely anything. And doing that and just freely kicking people for something like that just isn't fair or normal.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm just
How
saying,
about,
invite Jackvid back, and if he makes one Kirsten Dunst joke, he's gone for good.
Okay.
Well, he
I
will never.
completely agree.
He'll never come back.
To the shadow room.
There's not many.
Yeah,
think
he's
it's
going to
good.
Shadow Realm.
Hey, Jackvid, why don't you tell me about your top 5 favorite actresses?
He's not here.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
No,
What
it's
are you
just
talking
like-
about?
it's fine.
Well, he's
Okay.
He's in the call.
Well,
Alright.
he changed his name to
Cool.
Kirsten Dunst, so that counts as a joke, right?
Look, we're gonna put him back. He's renamed himself to Kirsten Dunst, not Jackvid.
Okay, well, I
So
think
he's
that's
already lost, right?
So
No,
Jake
no,
is
that's
Jake
Bieber.
is also disclaimer. Jake is back in the call, so
Hi, Jake.
anything will happen.
Anything
I
will
hope-
happen.
Let shit
We'll
go.
survive.
Let shit go. Let shit go. Let shit go. Let shit go.
Final record.
Let shit go. Let shit go. Let shit go. Y'all niggas loving that 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 shit go.
Get
Y'all
turned.
niggas
Okay. Jack,
So
Jake is
Jake.
banned. I blocked him.
Jake,
He can never call in ever again.
Oh,
Jake, you have no idea how to run a good podcast.
I wanted to give him some hips and tinters, some tippers.
wait, are you doing what?
Jake just needs to take backseat for a while, see how it's done, and then maybe one.
Holy cow, Pezza's here. Hey, Pezza. Pezza's been our biggest fan who hasn't called in yet.
yeah,
Is my
hey,
mic working?
yes, it
Yeah,
is.
hey, what's up,
Pezza-
Pezza?
Just chilling.
He's
Wait,
chilling.
which one's Pezza?
Yeah, who's Pezza?
Pezza's his name.
It was Alex.
Pez-
It
was
Pez is
Alex,
the
yeah.
one
It
that's-
was Alex.
Oh.
He added me. He's been in here the whole time,
Yeah,
but nobody
I know that.
noticed because it was Alex.
I noticed.
Alex, please tell us how you think this podcast should be ran.
Yeah.
How it should
No
be
pressure.
run,
Keep
idiot.
it
Use
the
some
same.
grammar.
So, can we
Voice
kick-
of reason right now.
Please
Don't
let
change
Pezza
anything.
speak. Let Pezza speak.
Don't change anything.
What?
He's spoken. He has spoken.
Oh boy.
Of reason.
No.
I mean, somehow we've managed to be like reverberating around the 20 view to 17 view area. So.
Yeah, because of our antics of people calling in and doing random shit.
Yeah.
Is this conversation being streamed right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
For some reason.
For some reason, Moth's got a run in.
Alright. I think Jackvid has school today or
Alright, look,
Oh,
we
that
can,
sucks.
I suppose we can manage this group of people if we respect each other when one another is talking.
Yep.
And that's
Yep.
literally it.
But
Word.
it can't be strict though, because then there's like no chemistry whatsoever. Just
I know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it should be strict, but also when there's 6 people talking at once. And
I
by
get it.
talking, I mean
I-
shouting.
I feel like some fanfic would bring some order.
Yeah,
There's actually
some
10 people
fanfic.
in this call.
Fanfic is a great idea right now.
There's actually 11 people in this call, including yourself.
Oh.
Maybe we do
Logic.
just need some good old fanfic. I don't know.
Good old
Yeah.
fashioned
I
Bring
feel
it
like
home.
it could
Get us up.
a little. Yeah.
Alright,
it's
who wants to look for some
something.
fanfiction?
I've been flaccid this whole time, so
Yeah.
You
Hey,
gotta
Shane,
get some hard name.
Shane,
I,
find us.
I'm
I've
kind
been
of tired
trying to
out
edge,
from
I can't even get there.
I'm I'm kind
Wasn't
of
there some good Arthur porn that you were talking about? No, Moth. Didn't you link me like Arthur fanfic last week?
I think Tyler Totter.
Yeah, somebody linked that. Somebody linked that to me. Yeah.
Can you not say porn next time? Because I want you to know that people over the age of 18 is in this call, so we don't want knocks at the door saying that pedophiles.
I'm gonna go ahead and look up.
Say fanfic.
We can. How are we feeling about
I'll
a
be
Kim
DW.
Possible fanfic?
I like that, but real quick,
As long as it involves a library card.
Lucid's sentence was just this. We have people in the call 18 years old. We don't want knocks at the door saying that pedophile.
Okay.
Is that words?
We have people over the age of 18.
Knock my door. Hey, you're a pedophile.
We don't want knocks at the door.
You're pedophile. Saying that pedophile.
I'm just imagining this situation. I'm just imagining a situation where somebody, all you hear is, "You're a pedophile!"
Like for version 3, they throw that soul shanker at us.
Yeah, I don't want Wally White coming to my house and being the one who knocks.
There are no Little Bear erotic fanfictions on the internet.
That's a sadness.
They have Franklin the Turtle like fanfic.
That's got to be fixed. What about shit? What was the one with the big couch?
Ooh, what about a kite?
Oh yeah,
That's called Big Comfy Couch.
The big comfy couch. Oh, by the way, I found Arthur's Bad Day. Here,
Craft Brothers?
go ahead. No, hold on. Take a grab at that one right there.
Alright.
take a grab.
Alright.
A quick grab.
Try and get one with like 4 or 5 characters.
Pretty short. I like it.
That's looking good.
It's reasonably short.
It's rated out.
There's the dad. There's Buster. There is.
Yo, dibs on
DW in
Buster.
this? DW has to be in this.
If DW's in this, I don't know if we can read this if DW's in it.
Just say she's 18. Say it's an alternate reality where...
This takes place
Whatever name's
afterwards.
I really want to be Arthur.
Oh my god.
I've always wanted.
I just want to be Buster.
Look at the caption for this fanfic.
I think I can do a mean thing.
A horrible experience that leads Arthur astray from God's love.
Alright, let's read this one. Screw it. We need some content.
Okay.
You gotta figure out how many characters are there.
I would like to take my rightful place as narrator, so I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
Hey.
I call Buster.
Can we have Mark call in? He has a good voice.
No, we do not need more people. I love Mark. He's one of my favorites, but we do not need more people.
If there's a female character, we need Mark. That's all I'm saying.
I'll be the dad if we need a dad. Or Mr. Ratburn.
Who
Take
killed
whatever's available.
Mewtwo? Who was that? Was that Spiritual?
It was Arthur.
No. You guys remember when we were doing the Pokemon and somebody was like an awesome Mewtwo? I feel like that was Spiritual.
Yeah,
that was
Spiritual was pretty good.
Alright.
Well, what are we gonna do? Do we put Spiritual back in here?
I thought I secured my rules, Arthur.
Alright. So who are the other characters?
Who wanted to be Buster again?
I'm Buster.
Okay.
Guys, just to be fair, this is the genre of this is suspense/spiritual.
Oh,
Great.
that's like the last episode of X-Files I watched.
I'm just reading a line at the end and it says, "Be there for me, Jesus."
Let's just start reading it, and if we need characters, we'll go on in.
Let me get some game content in here.
Okay.
What game should I play,
Alright,
guys?
Deck, start.
What do you
Are we
mean
going?
game content? We're about to read a fucking fanfic.
Just for like a corner
no
of the
interrupting
screen.
during the fanfic. Laughter,
Okay.
that's fine. Giggling, all for that. No interrupting.
Wait, so
We get
story time now?
Yeah. Yeah, who's Arthur?
Story
I'm Arthur.
time.
Okay. Start, Deck.
Alright, can we get some intro music though?
No.
Oh yeah, I'll get some
Can I butt in
Every
for 2
day
seconds
when you're
here?
walking down the street,
Wait, I got it.
everybody that you meet has an original point of view. Okay, go ahead.
Oh wait, I was playing music over you,
No.
sorry.
No, we don't. We don't need it.
We're good. I'm gonna go. All right.
I'm playing Baby Blue by Bushman's Holiday.
Just
God damn it! Shut the
Just
fuck
go.
up.
Just go.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, real quick. Hello?
Yeah.
Do I
What's
have a
up?
character?
Uh-huh.
Do I have a character?
If his dad speaks, you're his dad.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Arthur's bad day. A horrible experience leads Arthur astray from God's love. A fanfiction by the amazing Captain Awesome, based on the characters and stories by Mark Brown.
God bless his soul.
Poor Mark Brown.
As he lay in his bed, Arthur could not sleep. He wished for the days in Mr. Ratburn's class, so many years ago. Grade 11 was already hard enough. It was a hard day for the little aardvark, but what could he do but suppress his feelings? What else was there that he could do? It all started many hours ago, when he woke up at his friend Buster's house after a sleepover.
Arthur. Hey, Arthur.
Whispered Buster in the darkness. Arthur reached out from his sleeping bag and reached for his glasses. It was dark, but the electronic clock was bright, and penetrated the abysmal recesses that was Buster's room.
Ooh, penetrated, foreshadowing.
The red number were glowing brightly, and burned Arthur's eyes. He tried to make time.
Buster, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. What are you doing up?
Arthur said wearily.
I wanted to show you something, but I was waiting for my mom to go to bed.
Buster sat up, rolled out of bed. He reached into a shoebox under his bed. Buster was hiding something here. It was very clear he didn't want his mom to see what he had collected. Buster opened the box and pulled out a magazine, and he turned on a flashlight that was neatly tucked in between his mattress and his bed. He spoke to Arthur.
I don't get to see my dad very much ever since my parents split up. My mom told me that my dad wasn't right, that he was confused. But I don't know what she means. Well, at least I didn't.
Buster opened the magazine and showed Arthur. The magazine was of the erotic nature, something that boys their age could not understand. But what they truly couldn't understand was the people in this magazine, with all their touching, kissing. They were all men.
I think my dad.
Buster stammered.
I think my dad might like boys instead of girls. I think that's why my parents split up. Arthur, I got this magazine out of my dad's sock drawer last summer.
Arthur sat up. He felt uncomfortable. He remembered learning in church that boys are supposed to like girls, and they weren't supposed to fall in love with other boys. It was stated very clearly in the book of Leviticus. Arthur thought long and hard about Bible class. They couldn't help but notice Buster's hand. One was holding the book, the other holding the flashlight. The light was long and slender, smooth and warm from the light.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
Buster was enjoying feeling the light in his hand while he looked in the magazine.
Buster,
Exclaimed Arthur.
you need to put that book away, or Jesus might think you like boys. And then you'll never get to heaven.
Buster dropped the book and turned off the light. He leaned forward on all fours and got right in Arthur's face.
It's too late, Arthur. I like boys, too.
Buster pounced on Arthur and shoved a sock at his mouth to muffle the scream.
Oh my god!
Arthur struggled and tried to get away. Buster grabbed the flashlight and hit Arthur over the head.
Oh my god!
That's when everything went dark. It must have only been a few minutes, but Arthur opened his eyes. His right lens of his glasses were shattered. But through them, the light from the clock shone through the darkness still. It read 3:27. He had been out cold for 20 minutes. He tried to stand up, but then he noticed that he was tied down to Buster's computer chair. Buster's video came, watching him. Arthur looked down. He was naked. All of his clothes lay on the floor. A spot of blood on his shirt. His head must have been bleeding. He tried to check his face for blood, but he could feel layers of tape holding his hands behind the neck of the chair. Buster reached around Arthur's neck from behind and nibbled on his ear.
Be still.
Buster,
This is not going to hurt unless you make it hurt.
Buster lifted Arthur's arms up and threw him on the floor. Arthur felt like a cold, naked turkey on Thanksgiving. Bound, helpless, and at the mercy of his captor, Buster slid up to Arthur's backside. and he prodded his penis at Arthur's anus.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
He struggled. He clenched tightly. He tried to yell, but the socket in his mouth was now replaced with duct tape. Buster was no longer the innocent boy Arthur knew from so long ago. Then Buster raped Arthur. Arthur grunted, but to no avail. Buster's dry cock rubbed his insides raw.
No.
He would harder for himself. He prayed so heavily that Jesus would take him in that moment, but Buster kept pounding and pounding, slapping Arthur's buttocks. Then Buster came. He came hard to Arthur's now desecrated anus. Buster stood, cum dripping from the tip of his penis. Arthur cried and cried and kept praying. Buster opened his window and picked Arthur up. He threw Arthur from his first-story window. Buster's clothes down. Buster cleaned himself up and grabbed a knife from his desk. Buster then climbed out the window and cut Arthur's bonds of shame.
Get dressed and go home. And if you tell anyone what happened, I'll kill your sister as you bleed to death watching.
Oh my god.
Arthur pulled the tape off his mouth and ran off naked, holding his clothes to his chest. He ran home and slipped through the front door and into his room, and laid in bed and cried and cried. He could not sleep. This day was so hard. His anus was so sore, and he was sure he'd bleeding after all the running. He lay in bed.
Heavenly Father, please forgive me.
Arthur raised from his bed and went to his closet. He took his favorite coat from a hanger. The hanger was cold metal. Arthur stretched the hanger and put it over his head. He began to turn it tighter and tighter. Wow. He cried and cried, and he kneeled down to the floor. He reached behind his head and straightened the hook on the hanger. He turned around and leaned against the wall and slid down slowly until he felt the hook grate the electrical outlet. He closed his eyes.
What the
Be there
fuck?
for me, Jesus.
Arthur pushed his head back, and the hanger entered the outlet. 12 amps entered his head. Due to the concussion he was suffering, Arthur died from the shock. But Arthur did not. For committing suicide is a sin. He waited until Judgment Day, when he and Buster, who had now raped 37 little boys and 14 counts, was found guilty of being a homosexual and disobeying God's covenant. And they were both cast into the fiery pit, along with Satan and his rebel angels. The end.
Jesus fucking Christ.
At least they had a good
This is
ending.
amazing.
I think I'm about to cry.
That didn't help at all.
Is
Okay,
that
cool.
like
That
a
was the best
real?
one right yet.
That's like
Thanks,
a real way
guys.
to
That
kill
was real.
yourself,
That
isn't
was
it?
real. That was
Buster
real
was
fun.
true to his nature.
I don't know if he
He's a rabbit,
strangled
isn't he?
himself, hung himself, or electrocuted himself, because it seemed like they were all three in there.
I didn't get that either.
Number 2 gaming podcast on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do another
Get it.
Arthur one. That was good.
Yo, what's
I'm feeling a
before?
Caillou one.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
All right, I need.
no.
Look,
Can't do
I
Caillou.
need Moth. You need to host the call because I can't stay up any later than this, and I think
Okay.
I'm gonna have nightmares. I think I'm gonna have nightmares now because
I guess Frederick doesn't
Arthur killed himself. Yes. All right. We gotta go now. Because okay, whatever. Good night. For everybody.
Grade 11, right?
Yeah, the first
I used to have so I feel like
Alright, you know what? Good night. That's it. Good night.
it's still fanfiction.
Are you really?
No, for me, good night. Good night, but the night goes.
The night always goes on.
Well, you hadn't read that. Would you leave right now?
No, if we didn't read that, I would have left a while ago.
So you enjoyed that?
Yeah, I stayed.
Please, would you? Okay, will you stay for one more and like have a part in it?
Okay.
Alright, do you want me to host the call, though?
Sure, just so it doesn't have any, like, cutoff. For once I have to actually go. Okay, so, one sec. Okay. I am back.
Everyone's here?
Hey.
It's a wonderful time of day.
Hello, hello. Good day.
We should have closed when you sing.
Dorito Fiesta.
Alright, start hanging up.
Mucho gusto.
Como se
Yeah.
llama?
There's
Nice
one
to
called
meet you.
The Death
What
of
is your
Caillou.
name? Oh my god.
Did
Should I be Caillou?
Yeah, let's do the death of Caillou.
Hello?
Oh,
no. Well, I mean,
Fix it with a bunch
actually-
of parts.
I actually like this one.
Should I be Caillou?
Spoiled
I
child
wanna
gets
be-
punished.
Spoiled child gets punished.
Get the fan.
Yeah, it's about Caillou.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
hey,
Hey,
can
real
Spiritual
quick, I'm going
Sandwich
to
be
bed.
Caillou, please?
I'm going to bed.
Oh,
I
if you
5
would.
seconds to say your last words.
Good night, good
This
night,
one has
good
a lot
night,
of
Eugnot.
Bye, Eugnot.
There's a lot of
I
smack.
love you.
Thank you, good night.
Bye, guys.
Can you hear me, guys? Hello? Coming in.
Oh my
Hello?
god.
And I say, hey, what a wonderful
Spoiled
time
children
to
gets
play.
punished.
Wait, let me find a good Caillou gift to put in the stream.
I'm gonna hang up.
Who's gonna
play the intro music?
Smacks?
Swag.
Man, there's so many smacks.
This looks rough.
I'm about to
All right, you know what? No.
Bye.
Actually, hold on. I'll be the narrator. I'll be the narrator.
Okay.
I don't know what this was.
Okay, so
Wait,
we got Leo. We got Leo. We have the mother. We have Caillou. We have Rosie.
I'm Caillou.
Hey,
pussy
did Brave
bulk like
Potato
Caillou.
run out of? Did Brave Potato
Shouts
run out
out.
of Skype Premium?
I'll be
No.
Caillou.
The call is just too big to have video call. It only supports up to nine people.
Okay.
Hey, Spiritual
If
is being
any-
something.
If any, okay, so who's spiritual being?
Spiritual is being whoever has the biggest role.
I want to be.
Caillou.
I want to be. Yeah, be Caillou. I want to be Rosie.
Alright,
I
Shane's
can be
Rosie.
Leo.
Alright.
Anyone else, or is that it?
I'll just be the narrator. What about the mother?
I can do the smacks.
I can be the mom.
Well, okay,
Alright,
so, alright, so, alright, is everybody ready to go, or?
I'm always ready.
Okay, so, let's see here. It's rated
Hey.
T, so it's a little questionable.
Brave Potato, real quick. Not quite as dramatic as last time. Alright?
Yeah.
A little lighthearted. It's a lighthearted story.
Okay, so,
Tight.
spoiled children get punished. I'm sorry. Spoiled children gets punished.
Thank you.
Good grammar. It's great.
Caillou was in
Read
his
it like
home
it is.
having breakfast with his family. His father were making breakfast, and his mother were feeding baby Rosie, since she was 2 years old. Then Caillou wanted to go to Leo's house. His parents allowed him for just an hour. Caillou was happy. He then finished eating and washed the plates. Then he go. In 10 minutes, Caillou were in his best friend house. Leo opened the door and dragged Caillou to living room. They play with blocks and cars.
Yay, Leo, we're having too much fun.
said Caillou, constructing a tower. Leo nodded. The fun was interminable. Both kids giggled, sang, and shared. It was really fun until Leo's mother came into the room with an angry look on her face. She grabbed Leo by his t-shirt and placed him on her lap. She was furious because Leo disobeyed her order. It was no matter if it was family, people opened the door. He just do that. She pulled his pants and boxers.
Leo, you promised me not to open the door.
Said the alpha mother. Leo began to cry.
Mommy, it was Caillou.
Said Leo, crying and sobbing. His mother gave him a painful smack on the butt. Leo cried insoluble at this time. Leo was receiving his first spanking.
Mommy, stop, I'm sorry.
Can you guys hear me?
Leo was... Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, no, be quiet. Leo was kicking, sobbing, and upset, but his mother, do not give up. Orders are orders, and orders can't be disobeyed. So it was Leo's consequences about showing bad behavior to his mother. Caillou was nervous and scared. He just ran away from Leo's home and went to his home. The bad thing, it was like 3 hours that he stayed in Leo's home. Caillou was more nervous that he was at Leo's punishment. He thought that his sweet mother wouldn't do such a bad thing to him. He began to pray while entering the house. He entered it, but he found a scary surprise. His mother giving a rare bottom spanking to Rosie, and Rosie was breathless with waterfall tears. He closed the door slowly, but his mother looked at him, furious. She pointed at him and said, "Outburst," still with Rosie in her lap.
Kai, when I finish with your little sister, we will understand to each other. You disobeyed me, and you'll pay the consequences, young man.
Caillou began to shake. He just nodded. He was a mistake. His mother will give him spanking of his life. He just sat on the floor, waiting for his punishment. Rosie's punishment. She got punished for doing a tantrum in front of her mother, so that she was a hard bare bottom spanking. She was still spanked like almost 2 hours, and still her mother Doris was really furious at her.
Like almost 2 hours.
Rosie, you must be polite, or you're gonna be grounded.
No, you gotta say, or you gonna be grounded.
Rosie, you must be polite, or you gonna be grounded.
Said Doris, breathless and furious. She was giving Rosie a spanking with a metallic ruler, but her butt was getting hot red.
Wow, 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 mommy, Rosie's tiny hurts. Wow, 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 wow.
Rosie was pleading, but he had no case. Her mother was extremely furious at her. She better be getting polite, or she would win another hard spanking.
Don't add words.
Rosie, no, you'll learn to be a good girl. This is your punishment for doing tantrums. So be nice if you don't want a spanking.
Doris said, giving painful smacks to Rosie on the bottom. This time blood was coming out of her butt. Caillou was sobbing. He doesn't want his sister sobbing. But he has to learn what is wrong and what is right. So he will accept his punishment without exception. He will be a man. There was no turning back. He took a deep breath and waited his turn. Doris put Rosie's cloth again and dragged her by the ear to the wall. Rosie was crying and bawling.
Rosie, you must stand on the corner until you feel sorry after your wrongdoing. It will be 2 hours, because I have to spank your brother for disobeying me,
said Doris. Rosie couldn't speak. She just now, with her eyes full of tears, Doris came to where Caillou was.
Caillou, undress yourself and lay across my lap. Your spanking begins now.
Doris warned her son and patted her lap. Caillou was nervous. He crossed his arms. He turned back with an angry look on his face.
No. I want more. You are a bad motherfucker,
said Caillou, but then he covered his mouth scared. He just insulted his beloved mother. He felt being grabbed by his mother and placed on the lap. Doris pulled Caillou's shorts and boxers and took the metallic ruler again, and the spanking began. Caillou was crying uncontrollably, knees kicking and wet nose. He was suffering, but he had to pay the price for being spoiled and disobedient. But he think Rosie's punishment was more longer than his. He could hear her crying and sobbing. A little, he was screaming too.
Caillou, I didn't raise you to be such as a spoiled child. This motherfucker will teach you to respect adults, you little naughty boy.
Doris said, spanking Caillou more hard, but his butt turned red with blood, same as Rosie. Caillou bit his lips, crossed his arms, kicked his knees, screamed with all his forces. Caillou then turned to the mirror and looked at it sniffling. He was embarrassed. He just wanted this torture to end. But all the time he cried that it will be forever. This is rated teen, by the way. 2 hours later. 2 hours later. Doris still spanking his son if there'll be no tomorrow. Caillou was breathless. He couldn't breathe. Doris...
He was breathless, he couldn't breathe.
Doris finished the punishment. She grabbed Caillou by the ear and dragged him to the wall near Rosie. She didn't put Caillou's boxers again. She turned to Rosie and unclothed her again. She threw her to the floor and took out her belt from her pants and started whipping Rosie and Caillou pretty hard. Both kids cried and cried. Doris felt her heart. Doris felt...
Dude, that baby in the background needs a spanking.
Oh, that's Caillou. Hold on. Doris felt her heart... Wait, Doris felt her heart break into pieces. For the first time, her kids were suffering, but it was her responsibility to punish them for being disobedient and spoiled. After another hard spanking, Doris tressed Caillou and Rosie and sat them to her lap and hugged them. Both kids sniffed on her chest, sobbing and crying uncontrollably. Doris rocked them back and forth.
My kids, it's over. You two are forgiven, but behave. I don't wish to spank you again. I love you, my sweeties.
Holy
Doris
fucking shit. Get away
Doris
from me,
said,
you dumb, schizophrenic bitch. You fucking
Doris
killed Rosie.
Does your mom not treat you like that?
Doris said, comforting her children. Both kids smiled, still sobbing. Caillou and Rosie promised to behave. They will not be disobedient. 5 months later.
Hey, wait, I'm lost.
Caillou and Rosie were in the supermarket buying some groceries with their mom, Doris. His father were in China for a work trip. They were only with their mother and their grandparents. Caillou ran to the toys and looked a fireman truck. His eyes wide with happiness. He grabbed the truck and ran to his mother with the intentions that his mother buy it to him. She was looking to a beautiful dress. She wanted that dress. She thought to buy it with the money that she left. Doris then looked the dress with her, but she was stopped suddenly by his son Caillou. She turned to face Caillou. He had puppy eyes and a cute pleading smile. Mom. Oh, go.
Mommy, look what I found. Please buy it to me.
Said Caillou happily with the truck in his arms. Doris looked at her dress and then to the truck. She won't leave the dress she wanted. She turned to Caillou with an uncaring look.
No! I don't have enough money to buy that truck, because I spend all the money with food. Sorry, but no.
Said Doris to Caillou. Caillou was angry at his mother. He began to cry and made a big tantrum that all the people that on the supermarket turned to look at the bawling kid. Doris was really ashamed with Caillou doing tantrums. And then she spotted Rosie doing a tantrum too. Because she wanted a teddy bear. Doris threw the dress to the floor and screamed. She then grabbed both kids by the feet and dragged them to the bathroom. She unclothed Caillou first and began to spank him first for doing a tantrum. Caillou yelped, whimpered, and then cried. Rosie, scared, tried to run, but she was beneath his mother and trapped. She stayed calm and a little valiant to the situation.
Piece of shit.
Caillou cried and cried, waterfall tears and snot was coming out of his face. His knees kicking, his arms hitting his mother's lap. He pleaded, but it had no case. His mother doesn't give up. She had a good parenting and education to her children, and it was right to use spanking as a punishment, because just leaving Caillou and Rosie at their bedrooms had no lesson to learn. So she used the right punishing method, spanking, and if it break her heart in pieces, she will be strong and do not stop the spanking with pleads or promises. She was an excellent mother. Her husband, Boris, was a rookie. He doesn't use well punishing methods. He uses lecture as a punishment. That's why Caillou and Rosie misbehaves, so she lecture them with spanking.
Caillou, when I said you obey... You obey and show respect to authority. You had been a spoiled kid, and you will learn by the hard way until you learn to be polite and obedient.
Said Doris to his naughty boy. She was angry.
Yes, Mom. I will. Sorry.
Caillou said, breathless, but he won the spanking of his life.
Smack.
Doris stopped the spanking and sat Caillou near her on the floor. Caillou put his cloth again and cried. Doris grabbed Rosie by the dress. Rosie fight, but her mother was stronger than her. Doris folded Rosie's dress and pulled her diaper down, and Rosie's punishment began.
Rosie, you must be polite. Take your punishment.
Smack. I'm going to smack you.
Rosie was breathless, waterfall tears, and wet nose on her face. Doris spanked her more than Caillou since she broke the lamp and the teddy bear.
Oh my god.
Caillou less because he said sorry and promised to be polite. Rosie was young and a baby, but Doris will educate her with the best that she can, and